right, guys. Now, if we're going to have spice, we're going to have some cooling because our mouth would burn up. So usually when I serve red beans and rice, I serve slaw as well. My family loves slaw. So what I've done first is cut up some cabbage. Now, you could put this in the food processor and you could shred it. You could shred it with a grater. I do not like it shredded. My family doesn't like it. We like it more substantially. So what I do is however much slaw I want, I cut up that much cabbage. Now here we've cut up, this is one whole small cabbage. Okay, so, but for Ricky and I, we might eat a quarter or even less. But you cut up what you want. Now, with these recipe, it's more of a method than a recipe, so I don't have any amount, so it's totally up to you. So what I've got is one whole small cabbage. Okay, so now I'm going to take some mayonnaise. Now I've tried this with salad dressing like Miracle Whip. It just doesn't work. So I use real mayonnaise. I have done it. I'm using jarred mayonnaise today. I have done it with homemade mayonnaise. Sometimes I make my own mayonnaise, you know, with an egg and avocado oil and all that. I didn't today. Okay, now mustard. I'm not a mustard fan, so I just put a tad in there. So here we go. That's it. Just a little bit. Now, at this point, you can add a little sugar. Now, I like it with sugar. I like it without sugar, but since we're supposed to be watching our sugar, I don't put any sugar in it. But if you wanted some sugar, then you could take your spoon, just maybe dip 1 teaspoon of sugar and sprinkle it in there. We're not going to do that today, but you can do it. Now, I do not like mayonnaise-y, heavy mayonnaise-y taste, so I thin mine with milk. So here we go. I'll pour a little bit of milk in there, and I'm going to stir it with a whisk and make a dressing out of it, okay? All right, we're making a dressing out of it, so it's not quite so thin, so thick. All right, we're going to put a little salt and pepper here, and again, this is to taste. There's some salt. Here's some pepper. Okay, I put a little bit in there. I think I'm going to do a little bit more milk. I just don't like it to be real thick. All right, so we're going to pour it over our cabbage. Now listen, when you first pour it over your cabbage, it may not seem well, my cabbage is, you know, it's not very creamy. Well, what I do is I put it in the refrigerator, let it sit for a little bit, and what's going to happen is the dressing is going to draw the juices out of that cabbage, and it's going to become more creamy. So you don't want it real creamy and a lot of mayonnaise and stuff on it to begin with. If you do so, then it's going to be like soup trying to dish it out of your pan later. Okay, this looks great to me. All right, so we're going to pour it in our bowl. Now you could just put it in the refrigerator like this, and if you were doing this in the morning and you were going to eat it at night, I would do that. I just leave it in my bowl or put it in a Tupperware or some kind of other container and then put it in my serving bowl later. But we're going to go ahead and put it in the serving bowl now. All right, there it is. Now we're going to cover it with plastic wrap, or we'll cover it with a plate or something. We'll put it in the refrigerator and we'll serve it later.